Etcetera streams live every Tuesday, 9 Eastern Time. That's 9 at night at stevebrownetc.com.
And now, welcome.
What's the deal here?
Etcetera.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
What's the deal here?
What's the deal here? Well, Clayton, the deal is...
Don't know, have no opinion.
Huh? And? Oh. That's right, Sally.
Welcome to Etcetera.
What are we listening to?
Daddy.
This is some music that was provided by Forwarding Andrew.
Yeah.
F&A for short.
Yeah. With
Brought
the
to you
eye
by-
patch. Yeah.
What wasn't the... Yeah. We're busting out in a new direction, so I knew something was afoot.
No, he has provided all the music, opening, background, and closing.
I like you.
So we got a playlist here.
Okay, do we
So
guess?
say where this came from.
No, wait, we have to guess.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
60s?
I can't guess because I already know, so
Oh.
I am disqualified.
I'd say that puts you in the best position of everybody to guess.
Don't you pop me, girl. I'll pop you so you never forget it.
And commentary provided by Darth Vader.
This is Etcetera.
La 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 la.
Old Man River, that old man river.
I posed for a statue in 1924. It was a nude romp.
I'd
All
say
right.
do 2 weeks. Brace yourselves.
Got a lot of pent-up buffoonery
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, seriously. I need this.
That's not
I
healthy.
need this. You
That's
have no
not
idea.
healthy.
We have introduced F&A.
Hello.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Well, he has an eye patch, though, and you guys can't see it, which is very sad. Because there's something...
Swarthy?
No, a wee bit disturbing.
Yes!
Aye.
There's something a little bit
Well,
eerie.
we did miss Talk Like a Pirate Day last week.
Yeah.
That's true.
Except that the guy that created it was on Wife Swap a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he was. I'm not kidding. Yeah. It's frightening.
Too bad it wasn't
Big ending.
husband
Hold on,
swap.
big ending.
Break it down.
That's right, Sally.
Thank you, Doc
That's
Severinsen
right,
and the
Daddy.
NBC Orchestra.
And thank you, Lord Vader.
And Lord Vader chiming in.
That was going out to Lord Vader. What's up?
Emperor's in the house.
Represent
What's
Dago
the
Bob.
deal here?
All right. We also have the Comedy Ninja. Hello.
Aloha.
Yeah, the Hawaiian comedy ninja.
What's up, my ninja? We've got the Optimistic Spastic Mystic.
Hello. Greetings.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together.
That could be something Lord Vader's saying, really. It's along the same line, really.
Could be. And I am the Merry Monk of Love.
Ooh, and the children say.
And all the children say.
And all the children say. Don't pop me, girl. I'll pop you so you never forget it.
I'm popping you.
And please join us. It wouldn't be the same without you. 1-888-547-8383. You can jump into the internet stream of collective consciousness and hang out with us for an hour. Oh, and we have a show for you.
Woo!
Yes.
All
Do
the
we ever?
all the music is from soundtracks, TV, movies, that kind of thing. And so
Nice.
we can guess
Yeah.
as we go along. And this piece of music, like you brought up, what's it from? I don't know. Sharon knows.
I know.
And I know just because we were here before the show. Matt likes to show up 2 minutes before and just kind of jump
Just
into
like the
the
movie
scene.
star that he is.
I have obligations, you know,
the celebrity.
appearances.
Yeah. Just like
you
on
know.
The Tonight Show. He
Yeah.
walks in and
So
does
we'll
the
take-
thing and leaves.
We'll take your guesses, and we have 2 people that are in the stream already. Hello, you are in the stream.
Hey, it's Fancy Jeff.
Fancy
Hey,
Jeff.
I know what it is.
You do.
And
Of course you do.
Fancy knows what it is. What is it?
The Incredibles.
It is not from
No.
The Incredibles.
Oh.
Wow.
Sorry, but that was a good shot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
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 This would have worked well in The Incredibles, but it's a little more obscure, a little further east. We're all sitting around sipping our shochu beverages tonight.
Excellent. Thank
And-
you again for providing the B12 and all of the refreshments.
We are
The,
having B12 as well, so we're going to be awake for hours.
The oversized Pocky. I mean,
Yeah,
this
he
is
brought
incredible.
in giant Pocky.
Yeah, you've got all these little beverages, and you've got the eye patch. It's like we stumbled into like a really weird bar.
It's like a pirate bar.
Yeah, pirate bar.
Arr, arr.
Eric, hold on. We're in one of those pirate
A
bars.
Japanese pirate bar.
Japanese pirate bar. I've heard of these.
So they go, arr, arr.
If you're used to Second Life, you'll be very comfortable in tonight's internet stream of collective
Yeah,
consciousness.
that's
Wait
true.
a second. Are you wearing chaps?
Oh, dear.
I'm very
I certainly hope not.
Okay, now who else is with us in the stream?
Arr,
Back to you.
Is this the Merry Monk of Love?
Yes, it is the Merry Monk of Love. Who do we have here? Who ye be?
The fun-loving friar of Phileo?
The fun-loving
of Phileo?
friar of Phileo.
Filet-O
It could
fish?
be dirty, but it's not.
No, it's not.
You
it's
have to
not.
know. You
It's
have to know
not.
your Greek. You
Yeah,
have to know
you
your
do.
Greek. Okay, now who is this? Come on.
Hi, it's Dorsey.
Hey,
Darcy, Darcy, arr,
Yes,
arr.
Schwab.
I smell a marshal in the house.
Yar, yar.
And a Friday shade to ye.
Fred Shea.
And a
Let me give you-
Fred shade.
Let me give you the official Fred
That's
Shea.
right, Sally.
Nice.
Fred Shea. All right, so this music is not from The Incredibles.
I know what it is now.
What is
You
it?
do?
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, see, Fancy.
is.
I
We
knew
have
you'd
a
come
winner.
through, Fancy. I knew it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
Now, whose phone's doing all that crackling? Because
That's me.
you got to stop moving it around, man.
Hold on.
Jiggle the handle.
Just a little bit. Jiggle it. Just a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
That's better.
Nope.
Oh, stop it.
Hold on, I'll call back.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, no, I don't know who called first.
And this is the ska version of the Aha song.
Hanging up.
Oh, they changed it up.
Dorsey, you still there?
I am here.
Excellent. Great for you to join us this
Man, that's
evening.
good falsetto. Check it out.
What you been up to, man?
Oh, nothing. Work.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yes.
good, because I've been looking for work. And it's starting to
Well,
get very depressing.
Come to New Jersey. I'll
Now-
put a hammer in your hand.
I am no stranger to
Oh.
what you're talking about.
Join the
and,
mob? Is that what you're saying?
and neither is Lord Vader.
Listen, can I explain something to you about being a daddy? Daddy is the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying?
Hear what I'm
You don't
saying?
win that bread, you just don't come around.
You got to win that bread. You know what I'm saying?
I love
Vader
how you
was-
can hear him breathing.
Vader was a family man. He's just
Yeah,
trying to get by,
he
man.
was. He
Come
really
on.
was. And I mean, he loves his wife. He was talking about kissing his wife and
His wife, Ella Vader.
He was a.
elevator.
Oh. You know, he was a family
Don't
man.
you papa me, girl. I'll papa you so you never forget it.
Too much fun. Oh, I love it.
Oh, Lord Vader.
So,
Oh,
okay,
Dark Lord.
I don't know what this is from. What could this be from? Gotta check the
See, Sharon,
playlist. there.
Andrew stepped out. Go see what it is, and we'll blow his mind. Hurry,
And
hurry,
we'll
hurry.
also
You
be
can come back.
promoting Steve Brown, Etcetera. It's a radio program that we work on here.
Steve Brown Center. What's on this week?
We've got
So, anywho.
this week on Steve Brown, Etcetera. Listen to this, guys. We've got Anne Heche, his mom.
That's right.
Anne Heche, his
His mom.
is going to be on the program.
Yeah.
This is a very, very heavy book that she wrote.
Yes, it's
Don't
called
weigh that much. I mean,
The Truth Comes Out.
oh,
when someone you love is in a same-sex relationship. It's very coincidental because her daughter's gay.
Just happens.
So was her husband. That's the stressful part.
No!
Yeah. This is sad. I don't know how. I want to read it just because I don't know how this woman got through this stuff.
Maybe
I mean,
she's doing
after
something.
25 years. Oh, stop it! Don't blame the victim. After 25 years of marriage, her husband suddenly comes out of the closet and then dies of AIDS. Then I know, and then her 18-year-old son dies in a car accident. Then her daughter, Anne Heche, becomes a very public lesbian relationship. Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Poor Nancy Heche.
I know.
I'll never get hit in the rear again.
Live and learn.
I hope not too. I really do.
So we'll talk about
For your
that.
sake, I
It's
do.
heavy.
We record. oh boy, it started already.
We're in Copacabana.
Copacabana.
Shochu in the house.
So,
Hello, you are in the stream. Fancy?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
All right.
all we heard was like, and we're
Just-
like, Fancy, is that you?
It's still doing it.
Yeah, that's
It
a bummer.
is, but it's not as bad this time.
No.
We record Steve Brown, Etcetera, Fridays, noon to 1 Eastern Time at stevebrownetc.com. Need a little B12 to supplement here. Fading. So you can call in, you can talk to Steve, you can talk to Anne Heche, his mom, and it'll be
Is
a
this
glorious
King's
time.
X in the background?
Actually, that's the next song.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, now the first song, it was a Aha song.
All right.
And Sharon, do you have any idea who that could be covered by, maybe?
I'm going to guess something in the
Oh,
90s.
I'm supposed to guess who it was covered by?
Yeah, who covered that? Or maybe
I'm gonna
just
think.
Or what
what's
movie? You're all from soundtracks,
That's
right?
what I thought. I thought it was from the soundtrack.
Yeah, it is from a
Am I
soundtrack.
supposed to guess from the soundtrack?
You can
Well,
guess
if
which
you're-
soundtrack.
if you have that
Okay,
much nerd
If
knowledge.
I'm going to guess from the soundtrack, I would say 50 First Dates.
A little older.
Wait a second.
Because 50 First Dates was all 80s music that was covered by other people.
It's true, but it was all like Regified.
And it was also what
Oh.
was written on your computer. How did you get that wrong? I thought you spied it off of
No, I didn't. I didn't see anything on there.
Oh,
I
really?
we over there and I couldn't see it fast enough.
I
was
thought we
like,
had him. I was
We were
like,
trying to
No, no,
cheat,
no.
Andrew.
how could you
Oh,
be
just
wrong?
on one. Just
No,
on one.
I was too scared. See, I'm not the kid to ask to do that stuff. I am the kid that's afraid of
Go,
getting caught.
Sharon, go.
When I was little, I was the one in the class that was good when the teacher would leave. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. But I was so
Hello?
afraid of getting in trouble.
Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah.
It's not?
Yeah.
You're stupid!
Yeah, no, I just wouldn't do it. I would make everybody else do the calls. I couldn't say anything. I would just sit there and laugh. Yeah, I'm not the kid to ask to do something wrong. Sorry.
This sounds like Faith No More to me. Yes? Wow.
You have
I know
gotten it, sir.
I know one of their songs.
Yeah, that one that I hate.
Yeah, I can't
Oh, I love
stand-
that
I
one.
hate that song.
I remember seeing them perform that on Saturday Night Live, and the lead singer at that time they had a set that's kind of industrial. They had like a big like fan in the back. The guy started crawling up the stacks of speakers and was like crawling around inside these set pieces. I'm like, this
You know-
guy has lost his mind.
You know what? I stopped liking them. Well, I never really liked them, but I mean, I started hating them back when I was, even before I was a Christian, too.
Uh-huh.
But it offended me so much. He was wearing a shirt that had Jesus doing something that was awful.
Oh.
Awful. And he was like, wearing this shirt, and it was in Rolling Stone or something. And I was so disgusted that I stopped. I
Classy.
totally, and I wasn't even a Christian at the time. I was really offended. Yeah, I know, Darth. It was.
And?
I'm a
Yeah.
hedonist, and I know that's wrong.
Wasn't one of the guys from that band in one of the Bill and Ted movies?
No idea.
You've named the movie. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is what this song is from.
Ah.
Good work.
As I was telling Eric, the movies are obscure, but the songs are a little bit actually better known than the actual movies they're from.
Excellent.
Well, this is a
Wow.
fun game. Thanks for providing all
good.
this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So now that we know that King's X is the next song.
You guys are a tough crowd. You have so much worthless knowledge packed into your brains,
I know.
all
It's
the
true.
trivia,
It's
that
true.
I have to step up and play. And I know somebody out there in our listening audience who's ready to pick up the phone and
Yes.
nail me on all this stuff, but I just have this weird collection
I
of
doubt it.
soundtracks.
That's
I worked
cool.
at a
Is that why
movie
you-
theater, and I would pick up the freebies
Yeah.
that they would send to
Ah.
us. Oh, here, play this in the hallway when people are going in the movie, and then they'll rush out and buy it.
I have to get the soundtrack to the Last Kiss, that new Zach Braff movie.
Oh, yeah, boy. that
Because
looks
Zach
like a
Braff picked the
tearjerker.
music for that too, just like Garden State, and man, I love that whole soundtrack.
That's a great.
Shins.
That is a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
The Shins. Yeah.
I thought we could also talk about how ungrateful and evil I am this evening.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. That sounds good.
Any
willing to put-
particular reason this time?
I'm willing to put that all out on the table.
You can use the same old reasons, or you have a new reason.
Are you saying you're not paying me the $5 back? Is that...
No, I've just got exhibits A, B, C, D, E, and F to set forth before you, and we can.
Are you trying to
discuss.
persuade us?
It's an F+.
Because we might be
so-
able to save some time.
No, I'm just practicing the discipline of confession.
Okay.
I just want to
Okay.
put it all out
Why
there.
don't you just do it? Get it over with right now.
Yeah, end your career right here.
Yeah, do it. Come on.
Okay. I don't know if I can do it with King's
Would you like
X
some
in the
more
background.
giant Pocky? To help
No, but
you?
I will prepare myself with some B12.
B12.
Take
okay.
some B12.
Hey, Junior's Gone Wild is the name of the song, so it's appropriate.
Junior's Gone Wild.
King's X was on a movie soundtrack.
It's Bogus Journey again.
Is that juniors as in juniors in high school, or is that junior is
No,
gone
you're
wild?
Junior
thinking-
apostrophe S.
You're thinking of a different DVD.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh dear, I just got that.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh dear. That's
Unfortunately,
right,
you watch,
Sally.
you watch enough cable TV late at night, you're gonna have
I
to.
still don't get it.
That's right, Sally.
Good for you.
That's right, Sally.
We need some- we need
Girls Gone Wild.
yeah, we need somebody innocent in this audience.
What's
Please.
that?
Yeah,
What
you
is
would
that?
you would know
Shut
anything about it.
up. Shut up.
What's the deal here?
Yeah.
I love my friend Scott, but Maryland. I was with him last week, and he was talking about how Girls Gone Wild, in his opinion, is the apocalypse for America. He's sure that.
It's at least one of the signs.
Yeah,
I don't know
but
if that
there's
is
like
the actual
so many
Pocky
others
clips.
that are Pocky clips.
Here's
The
a guy-
giant Pocky clips.
Here's a guy who is totally for porno magazines, websites, and nightclubs, but when he sees average American women pulling their tops off, he's like, no, this is spread from the women who are abused to the common everyday woman. He considers it's crossed a line somewhere, just like when you saw that shirt. I mean,
And why is this guy somehow an expert or somebody that we should be listening
Is
to?
he the one that talked about the pirate patch and how it helped him see in the dark?
No, actually,
No.
that was-
Lo, the seas will boil, and the moon shall be as blood, and the women, they shall go wild.
Hey, don't question the wisdom overheard at the Renaissance Festival. They said the pirates.
I see.
Now, this might be the mead talking, all right?
According to my favorite nerds, the pirates wear their patch so that they could get good night vision, and they would switch the patch at night.
So you're saying that the pirates didn't actually have one bad eye. It wasn't poked out by a hook or a sword or something. They actually used this to achieve better night vision.
Well, they didn't have sunglasses, and
But
especially.
see, my thinking is that your eye gets weaker when you cover it like that. I mean, after not using it, wouldn't the muscles
No, but it's the
atrophy?
good eye that's seeing well in the dark, not the eye that you cover
no,
up, so it
no,
doesn't matter.
No, he's saying that they switch it. He's saying the one that's covered is going to be able to see better in the dark when you switch the patch to the other eye.
At night.
Ow.
And only at night. See, you don't use your eyes for 8-10 hours a night when you're sleeping.
No.
It's not like you
Oh, so
never
they
use.
only kept it on for
Yes,
a
it
few
was-
hours?
They kept it on during the daylight hours. As soon as the sun went down, they would switch it, and so they were always looking out of the one eye at night.
The one eye that had been covered.
I don't know. I'm going to look into
No, wait.
this.
Confirm
I'm
this
just
for
gonna
me.
look into this,
The
that's
one
all.
eye that had been covered. Andrew.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Pay attention, Andrew.
What's the deal here?
My eye patch is falling off. Sorry, Lord Vader.
He's not going to be able to see later when he leaves the studio.
Well, I don't
so
know.
he's
That doesn't
gotta
make any
make
sense
sure
to me
that it's-
either.
It doesn't make sense to me either.
Because it's the eye that would be uncovered that would get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Thank you. That's what I was saying, too.
All right, so we solved that one. Now, why did they wear eyeliner?
No, just Johnny wears it.
Just Johnny.
Just Johnny. Because he has such beautiful
Yeah, I mean, you really have to be good looking in the first place to pull that off.
Because
Yes, you
Keith
do.
Richards
You
was
actually
his
do.
dad, and he was traumatized.
Yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it.
Every time.
Yeah. Yep.
What is
I hope I'll never get hit in the rear again.
In case you're unfamiliar with it, that's Burt Bacharach in a
Geico.
Geico commercial.
Comment-
Bacharach, yeah.
Commenting on behalf of Johnny Depp. Love it.
I hope I'll never get hit in the rear.
If it's funny the first time, it's
Yeah,
funny the second
sure.
time. And if it's
And
funny the
the
second
fifth or
time,
sixth.
it's funny the 10th time.
It's
All right.
true.
A shout out to my roommate who made it on. I don't know if he's going to say anything to the microphone, but
What's up, Romy?
Sure, I'll say hi. I'm Joel.
Hey,
Hi,
Joel.
Joel.
And I'm
How's it
not
going?
monikered yet, so
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, there you will be.
Oh, you will.
All in due course.
I know your nickname.
Let's
You
call
will be
him
monikered.
Sally.
Yeah.
That's
He'll be
right,
Sally.
Sally.
You'll be Sally.
What do you do all day? What kind of code do you write?
Let's see. I write Java code all day.
Java Joel.
code.
Java Joel. Ah, that's
Java
so
Joel.
easy.
It's too bad he doesn't drink coffee. Or
I like
really
Sally better.
The trifecta.
That's right, Sally.
Sally. Oh my gosh. All these quotes. Right up front is the "What's the deal here?"
What's the deal here?
I find myself saying that all the time, and in traffic. That's right, Sally comes in handy all the time.
That's good.
Like as somebody's trying to pull out, and you're like, "Don't you even think about it." And then as you pass them, you're like, "That's right, Sally."
It's so good. It's a good,
That's good.
It comes in
It's
handy.
substitute
It's a
for
cursing
swearing.
substitute.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right,
Sally.
Reminds me of something Jerry Stiller would say.
Oh, yeah,
That's
totally.
right, Sally!
That's right.
Okay, Live and Let Die. That was the one with the guy being killed in the shipyard. No, that was Knocking on
What?
Heaven's Door. I was thinking Guns N' Roses. That was Guns N' Roses, right?
That was Guns N' Roses
covering
remake,
Wings.
covering Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
Okay,
In
come
what
on.
movie?
Terminator 2. All right.
All right, checking.
Actually, another film that has tons of 80s songs, Grosse Point Blank.
Oh.
Grosse
Really,
Point Blank.
There's two
Yeah,
CDs.
because he walks. Oh, that's one of the best scenes ever. He's listening to Live and Let Die in his car. He pulls up to a mini mart.
Oh, is that where
he
they were the
walks
thing?
in,
Oh.
and it's exactly the same place. It's playing the exact same song, but in Muzak. Like.
That is such a funny movie.
It's so good. It's so subtle. Oh, I love that. Love that. Yeah, that's a good movie. I own that one. I got to get these movies on DVD. Oh.
What's that? Fancy?
Still inflicting Ethan Frome damage on your students?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's such a good one.
I thought you were gainfully employed speeding around the Autobahn. What happened to that?
Oh my gosh. They suddenly decided that they're not going to staff it for like another 6 months probably. They're probably going to get a temp because apparently they say that they have to release it to all the Autobahns. They have to release the job. So like there are certain ones like in Miami that are dragging their feet not posting it. And they can't fill it until everybody gets a fair shot kind of thing. Yeah. And so they're like, oh, we're going to have to get a temp because the girl is going to leave that's in it now. And they're not, and I'm just like, great. So now I'm back in the disgusting thing of monster.com, putting out my resume. I was telling Eric earlier, I'm not getting as depressed as I was about it in January through March, but I am starting to just feel like a useless waste of space on this earth.
He's the breadwinner.
Yeah, I am the breadwinner. I must be a daddy. You guys look,
Bread.
you're going to have to start
Come
calling me
around.
daddy. I mean, it's sick. It's just,
Dude, Tim, master of the Nerdiverse,
yes,
clued me into a new internet phenomenon that really helps when you're doing searches a lot, or like if there's blogs that you like. The whole thing, and I'm probably just now, getting into like 2005 here, so whatever, all you smart people.
You are behind the curve.
I know I am,
What
but I'm
is it?
talking to my fellow dummies here, excluding Sharon.
because he doesn't want me to get mad.
Yeah, I don't want to call you a
Don't
dummy.
get her mad.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
That's right, Sally.
Don't you pop on me, girl. I'll pop you so you never forget it.
RSS readers.
Yeah, RSS readers.
You're
That's
like-
how you keep up with your blogs.
Yeah, well, not just blogs, like job search engines.
Yeah.
You go to a thing and you say, I want this. You can do these advanced searches, and then it pops up. Where you have this really gigantic long URL now at the top. You can put that in the RSS reader, and when anything with those qualifications pops up, it goes, hey, Sharon, over here. I got a new thing for you to look at. So this little info squirrel just kind of goes out and gathers all these little info acorns and goes, look what I have for you. You don't have to go get them. I brought them to you.
And you go info crazy go nuts.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's
Crazy
awesome.
go nuts.
Yay.
.com.
It's .com.
Yay. All right,
Guess
thank
I'm
you.
going to have to jump.
Yes.
All right.
And if you'd like to insert ping.etcetera.com into your RSS feed reader, whatever.
That would be smart because there's new stuff all the time.
Yeah, Matt's been putting stuff up.
Yeah.
There's new
You've
stuff
been
on
providing like all the content for ping.etcetera.com
Well, I wasn't going to
lately.
say anything, but
I'm sorry, I totally
Doing a
dropped the
fine
ball.
job.
Well, thank you. No, it's it's ebb and flow, man.
I've been so
Circle
messed
of
up
life.
with my my life and how it seems to have. It started to look like it was taking off in some direction, and then all of a sudden it went right back down.
That happened to me too.
Did it?
Yeah.
How? What happened?
I shouldn't have said that. I didn't want to go into it, but anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to.
No, I do.
No.
No, I just kind of. You remember that gig I had with the recording of the show that was being taped?
Yeah.
Well, and nothing serious. I mean, one of the guitar track came out really bad sounding, but I'm sure they'll be able to get it to. They had the camera guys had their mics out there, so they'll be able to fix it.
But you weren't playing guitar.
No.
You were playing drums, right?
I was recording it.
Oh, yeah.
Dang it.
Something like that happened with Dorsey and Zeke. You ever going to post that stuff? Do you have any content from the interviews that you did with all the bloggers?
I don't know if he had any. I don't know what he had.
Now, you went around calling everybody. I know you called me. You called Sharon.
We spent close to an hour on the phone. We called you. We called. We tried to call Sharon. Well,
that's sad.
We left a funky message.
Yeah, that was cool.
We talked to Steve. We talked to Josh. We talked to
StupidChurchPeople.com. If you don't know.
I talked to Craig. We talked to Craig Bob over at Out of Fellowship.
And you didn't get anybody?
Ninja Nun and Duffelhead. Yeah, we talked to a bunch of people.
No, but you didn't record any of it? I mean, there must be some of it.
I think he thought he was recording, and when he when he finished, I think there was like a magazine or something laying over the keyboard or over the screen of his laptop. And I can't remember, but he pulled it away. I'm like, oh, no.
And you got nothing.
Brutal.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
We had
a great
idea.
With everybody.
It's a great idea. You should try it again. Well, but that was a rare occurrence when you both ended up in the same place. What, in Ohio or something?
Yeah, we don't often wind up in Youngstown, Ohio together.
Most people don't.
Which was a very strange synchronicity kind of thing.
It was totally bizarre.
Wow.
It was awesome.
You would have thought that
awesome.
the universe seemed to be involved in you guys running into each other, so you would think the universe would be involved in the recording of it.
Maybe the universe didn't want us didn't want that to go out. Maybe that was just for us.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe it was just for you, something to be cherished, something, just between you and Zeke.
Aww.
Which is nice.
Hope I never get hit.
I should have left my shirt on.
It's too far away. I wish I was ready for it. That would have been perfect.
Sorry.
I'm starting to think Frank Drebin in the Naked Gun series was talking about podcasting when he said, it's like sex. It's a painstaking, arduous task that seems to go on and on. Just when you think things are going your way, nothing happens.
Gee whiz. What a sad...
That is sad.
Sad description.
Sorry that's been your experience.
I know, exactly.
Frank Drebin.
Or Frank Drebin's experience, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Frank. That's too bad.
Hey, guys, listen, I got to hop off. I'm home from work now.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm
Thank
glad
you for calling.
Glad you joined us.
Good to talk to you.
Really
R to you too.
Friday shade to ye.
Yes, Friday shade.
And a shabba like a dicky boo.
Ditto.
I'd say I'm shabba lava dicky boo.
Dicky boo.
All right, Dorsey. And plug the blog. No, not DorseyMarshall.com. What is it?
Yeah, DorseyMarshall.com will get you there.
Okay,
All
DorseyMarshall.com.
Thanks, see you.
Peace out, Boy Scout.
I'll see you.
Thanks, guys.
Hold on, Fancy.
Programming note. I won't be here next week.
Oh.
I know. Beef strong. Courage.
Beep strong.
Courage.
Good night and good luck.
Good night and good luck. Me and Mrs. Comedy Ninja will be cruising to Grand Bahamas, Nassau, Freeport, etc.,
Get
etc.
out of here.
Well,
Be careful of those cruise ships, okay? Because all I keep hearing is people dying, people disappearing, all this weird
the only
stuff.
way I'm going to die is if the second helping of lobster finally clogs up my arteries completely.
It's not the lobster, it's the butter. On the lobster.
Yeah.
Says you.
It's a giant roach.
Delicious. Yeah, so good, so good.
I think it's in the same family.
It's,
Yes, they are.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, why can't they be... I mean, like, if you had lobsters scurrying around the house, you wouldn't be afraid of those. You'd be like, hey.
Well,
Hit with a hammer.
I would get, like, one of those little hammers, yeah. crack.
I should say, listen to Fancy Jeff because I believe that he is an expert on roaches.
All right.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Do you guys remember that Joe's Apartment movie? Do you remember that million years ago?
Yeah.
Wow, that guy died, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think he did in a go-kart accident or something random. I swear.
How can you laugh at that?
And I kept hearing that too about that show. I think it was
Sliders.
Yeah,
it's the same guy.
Like that guy died, but he didn't die because I see him around, or he has a brother that's very similar looking.
Maybe he tried to stake his own death. It's
I don't know the guy's name.
Yeah, no, that was Jerry O'Connell.
But I kept hearing the guy from Sliders died. The guy from Sliders died, but and then he kept seeing him around.
Then at the very beginning of the urban legend, I heard that it was the same guy. And I never heard about it again. So sorry.
No, Jerry O'Connell was in Joe's Apartment.
Was he? Okay,
yeah.
Then Jerry O'Connell's still alive, unfortunately. Very unfortunately. He's a very irritating person.
No, he's on Dancing with the Stars. I've seen it.
He's irritating. Irritating. Even more irritating is his brother, who was on The Bachelor like 8 years ago or something. 2 years ago.
That's right.
Oh, nice. Like a sucker.
That is the same guy. It's the same guy. What? And I saw, because I remember seeing him at, like a guest appearance on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And I'm going, he's not dead. Look.
So I wasn't the only one that heard that, though.
Haven't people been saying he died before, like...
Maybe it was...
Because he was in Stand By Me.
It was maybe all just wishful thinking.
He was the fat kid in Stand By Me.
Jerry O'Connell was?
Yeah.
Yeah,
really?
he was.
Yep. People have been saying he's dead for a long time.
Well, according to IMDb, he's still alive. So
nice.
You gonna trust the internet, or who are you gonna trust?
Yeah, that's funny.
Andrew's
I always
trust urban legends.
Yeah, always. I like that Snopes.com.
Yes,
website.
thank you for
That's
plugging
pretty
that.
fun. Yeah.
I get those things. I get like, hey, la la la, and like, shut up, shut up. Engage your brain. Back away from the forward button, you freak.
I know.
Snopes.com, please. Just filter everything through that.
Yeah, just before you do the forward, just put it through Snopes just in case. And if it's real, go ahead and forward.
Maybe this was the dying wish of a paraplegic Ethiopian orphan.
Did you guys see that one that I
just
sent
forward
out?
It just in case.
Did you guys see that one I sent out? It was a long time ago. I think it was right around when we started the blog.
Yeah.
And I said it was like this little kid, and he's like talking about how all these things, like how he doesn't have a body, so he just has.
No, I didn't see that.
He was in some kind of accident, and he didn't have a body, so they used a burlap bag full of leaves for his body. And then at the end, he's talking about how the cats are using him as a litter box and stuff.
Totally out of the loop on this.
I got a good one.
I am so out of the
Oh,
loop.
it was so funny. And I sent it to Patrick, I remember. And Patrick wrote me back, and he was like, oh, my gosh. All I kept thinking was when I first got that was, Sharon's not the type of girl to forward these things. Why am I reading this? And all of a sudden, it started getting into that whole thing with the burlap bag. And he said he's just hit the floor. He was laughing.
I am currently on the bank of the internet stream of collective consciousness.
I'll have to. I'm sure I forwarded it because I forwarded it to everyone. It made me laugh so hard. It was so funny.
Back when we first started getting email in the late 90s, a friend of mine wrote one, I don't know if he ever sent it. He should have. He's like, okay, there's a boy right now hanging off a tree branch on the edge of a cliff. You need to forward this to 10 of your friends to get the police who aren't going to go respond to this call. Through the power of the internet, we're all going to forward this until the police go rescue this kid hanging off a tree branch off the edge of a cliff.
I think we interviewed that lady on the first edition of Steve Brown, Etcetera. Julia Butterfly Hill.
The sad thing is, I know people who would like forward it in a heart. Like, seriously, guys, I usually don't do this, but this kid's like hanging off the tree. I mean, the police. I don't know what's up with it. Please forward it.
Well, I got one today. It was a thing. Oh, you have to forward this. Look at the date, and it's like. Oh, like they typed the date of when this email was started. It was like, before Al Gore invented the internet.
Yeah, sure.
I can't forward it now because I'm doing the bank transaction for a bank in Ethiopia to receive $30 million.
Yeah. By the way, I might be a bank teller, you guys. Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
I
that's cool.
applied to be a bank teller.
Dude, my wife was a bank teller.
Really?
Yes.
Well, Tim
Y'all can
told
talk
me,
shop.
he goes, there are hot bank tellers. I'm like, oh, thanks. Okay, well then.
Yeah, I mean,
there will be if you're hired, right?
You can be
well, hey,
one of those
I
people
make their
that.
coffee.
Thanks.
Hey, guys, have you been there? You're in line for the bank, and of course they're like Disney now. They got the common feeder line. So you're standing there. You're like, please, hot banker, hot banker, hot banker. Oh, older married lady. Oh,
I never knew this. I never knew this.
I've never seen a hot banker, but a similar thing happens to me when I go to get a haircut. Is I've talked about this before.
Mine's with the dental hygienist.
There's like a
You guys are so funny. I love this look into guys' minds.
I mean,
it's like hygienist roulette.
Maybe I'm a
Yeah.
cad. I
We're
admit
easy
to that.
please.
I guess so.
But there's like a room full of mildly to fairly passing attractive women, and then I get the myopic Korean lady like, cut your head a little more. No, I think it's really fine. Cut just a little more. No, please stop. Just stop.
Well, today you have the little bangs smushed down.
No, because the little myopic
Did the
Korean
Korean lady do that?
I am not joking.
Did she slick it down with
it
her
was
spit?
a week ago, and she combs it up. She goes, "That the right thing?" I'm like, yeah, it was a little short. She goes, I think it's just a little more off the top. I'm
Get
like,
some mousse in that or something. That's looking like a helmet, dude.
Okay.
I just thought it like his little he was cleaning himself like a little cat. He was like
Yeah.
and then going snap,
Yeah.
like smoothing
I
it
have
down.
I have a musical. Let's say somebody I know through the business of music who frequents. Let's just call him Asian. Massage parlors.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
And he was
scared.
really upset one time because they wouldn't give him. They'd give him all the old ladies.
Ah, yes. Well, they give you the pretty ones the first time.
Yeah.
So
See,
you
I
keep
would
coming back.
love to get a massage. I've never gone. I mean, to a legitimate massage
Yes.
parlor. I would love to do that.
You never had that done?
But I'm kind of scared of myself. I don't really want to have a woman's hands all over me.
Sure.
I don't really.
They have dudes too, man.
They have dudes.
I know.
Pick
So
your poison.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the choice.
It moved.
I know.
Yeah, I remember that one. It moved, Jerry. It moved.
But I'm really would love to have a massage.
It's totally
And so
cool.
what it's going to end up coming down to is I'm going to have to go have a man touch me.
No. Don't.
Hope I never get it.
No. Eric.
Virtual Eric right there.
I'm gonna, yeah, right.
No, yep, there you go. That's a good one.
Dude, it's not bad, man. They're
oh
not.
my gosh, my friend got me for my birthday, not this last birthday, but the birthday before. She took me to a spa so I could have a hot rock massage. It was so
Nice.
amazing.
Dude.
So yeah, you really should
Don't-
because it's so relaxing.
Is that where the Rolling Stones all rub you down?
Ew,
man.
ew.
Hold on, you guys. Somebody else has joined us.
That I would not want in a million years.
Hello, you're in the stream.
Hey, it's Donovan Mark.
Hey, buddy.
Are you home
I
yet?
hope I'll never get hit.
Yeah, was that really necessary?
Well, it's just what was.
He was itching to
Ready
do
to
it
go.
for a
I
while.
know. Don't take it personally.
Hey,
Anyway.
Donovan Mark.
What's up?
Are you still on the road or are you home?
I'm out this week. I was in I was on Long Island today, and I'm
Long Island.
in Lancaster, Pennsylvania tonight. So
Oh, okay.
All
So you're
right.
out. You're out. I
Oh,
didn't
I'm
know
out.
if you were out of the gig or if you were out of town.
oh no, I'm out of town.
You're out
I'm
of
still
town.
in the gig for now.
Wow. How long before you get the new form of the gig where you can stay home?
Well, I'm going to be out through the end of the year, but that only means about 2 or 3 more trips, so that's not too bad. But I was told last week it might not happen to have me have a gig in the house. So I heard you talking about doing the Monster.com thing, and I've already kind of started to do that just to weigh my options. 'cause-
Yeah. Ew, I'm
Listen, can I
sorry.
explain something to you about being a daddy?
Tell the warden you go out and break rocks all day as long as you get your conjugal.
Oh gosh.
He's full
Where
of
does he
psych.
pick this stuff up?
He is. It's the show.
He's
chief.
like a
Yeah,
sailor.
I think it's the
He's
giant
like a
Pocky.
pirate. I think it's the eye patch talking.
It's
Yeah,
the
right.
iPad
He's feeling all
talking.
dirt.
Hey,
feeling all
did anybody
dirty.
get any pictures of Mel Gibson when he was pulled over? Maybe he was wearing an eye patch.
Hey,
It was the eye patch talk.
it's the eye patch talking.
I can't even read any more about him because it's so mind-boggling to me how bizarre he's acting. I'm going, do you know Tom Cruise? I mean, are you guys like...
You sure you're not a Scientologist?
I mean, really, because what is going on with him? He's just lost it completely.
yeah.
Even the Scientologists won't touch him now.
Yeah, really. Man. I don't know.
Oh man. Well, thanks for joining us. You are welcome to hang out.
Mm-hmm. We're just talking about nothing, as always.
Yeah.
That's about par for the course. As I've been downloading old shows
He's
that I
like,
didn't hear.
huh, they always
And
have been senseless.
Yeah, that sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
I finally heard the "All Your Base Are Belong to Us."
Changed your
intro,
life, didn't it?
So, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it did.
All right. Well, let's talk about something meaningful. Let's talk about me.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And let's get to that content that I plugged earlier.
Okay.
The fact that I am evil and quite selfish and ungrateful, and I have exhibits, and I would like to share them with you.
Okay.
Exhibits.
Okay.
You get to stumble around for euphemisms like our callers. You're just going to go straight for it.
No, I'm just going straight for it. I really want to share it. And in the course of sharing this, I got to tell you about something that was just amazing that happened to me. And yet, I'm still ungrateful and all this stuff. It blows me away. I'm being serious. It's just like, this is really where I come from. It's amazing. Okay, first, I have a beautiful wife. I have 3 beautiful, well-behaved children that are intelligent and just, amazing.
Yes.
And we have a house. We are able to pay the bills. There's a wee bit of debt involved. But, nice version. Just tell me, what's this from?
Hold on. Is this also Point Blank?
Yes, of course, Point Blank again.
This
is
version?
Blister 2000. They claimed that the source tapes weren't good enough for the movie. It was basically a lame excuse to get the Violent Femmes to re-record the song.
Oh, and it is the Violent Femmes?
Because I was going to say, on the movie, I know that they play this song on the movie,
They
but
use
it's
both
not
versions.
this version.
So they use both versions. Maybe this is the end credits. I don't know.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice. So, okay, just given that.
All right.
And yet, I have the nerve to go around and be all upset and depressed and all that stuff. It's really, if I didn't think so highly of myself, I guess I wouldn't be so shocked at my ungratefulness. But, you're like, okay, and then I'm still going around depressed. It has nothing to do with them. It has to do with me. So, then, that's Exhibit A. Exhibit B, I'm all about, trying to get this new job. And remember, we talked about it. Oh, and when's the guy going to call me? And when am I going to get...
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I get the job. I've been asking for the job, been praying for the job. I get the job. So then I get the job, and I'm like, oh, it's so hard with the job and the change and the wah. Okay, Exhibit B.
Okay.
Exhibit C, real estate deals that have come in throughout the course of my life that have, at the right moment, just paid the bills and all this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I'm unhappy because that last one that would pay off the house just hasn't. It's just been sitting out there. And so I'm just, I don't have the thing. Right? So that's that.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, you hear it often, I'm sure. So, okay, then, here comes the amazing thing.
All right.
So I'm all depressed, even with all that stuff. Here's the last exhibit. I might have a couple more, but this is the amazing one. Seriously. I'm all bummed out, and I'm sitting on the porch, having a smoke and a beer, and I'm like, looking up at the sky, and I'm like, God, have I just messed my life up? Have I made bad choices? What have I, can you just give me a sign that you love me? Tell you what, it's a beautiful starry night. Could you give me a shooting star? Seriously. To let me know that you love me. Okay, forget all the evidence that he loves me and everything that I believe.
Every blessing in your life.
Every theological thing, every
really
practical
banking
thing.
on that whole Jesus thing kind of sinking in, Eric.
Yeah.
But okay, here's your magic star.
Yeah.
God basically, dying for you. You know.
We got a lamb's wool fleece you can lay in the front yard.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice
So I
gigging.
sit there and nothing, and then I lay in the grass and just stare. And I'm thinking, well, if I go inside, I might miss it. So I'm just going to wait, and I waited, and I'm just like, I'm sick of waiting. It's obviously not going to happen. I'm going in. So I go inside.
Excuse you.
No, that was my,
I know.
Blah.
I'm sorry.
So I go inside, no shooting star. I'm feeling sorry for myself.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe this? This is really how I think.
I can't believe you'd be feeling sorry for yourself.
No, all this stuff. So then Friday goes by. And then Saturday morning, some family comes into town. I'm going to take my kids to the Fun Spot for free because they're sponsor. Go to SteveBrownETC.com.
Spot of fun.
And so not ungrateful there. I got a free day at the Fun Spot with, my kids and everything. And we get there, and I look up in the sky as we get out of the car in the parking lot.
No.
And up in the sky is one of those planes that does skywriting.
Uh-huh.
And it has written in the air, what did it write? Oh, it writes Jesus in the sky. And then it's writing some more stuff. and there's an L, and there's an O, and a V, and an E, and an S, and then the letter U. Written in the sky, Jesus loves you.
Loves you.
And then that kind of blows away, and we're in the park. I look up, and then it has written something else. It says, praise Jesus.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, it's not a shooting star.
I believe I said a shooting.
I was looking for a shooting star. I mean, and plus, it's 2 days late.
And you're not even
That's
on
like-
time.
You want fries with that?
Yeah.
And-
like, I
and
don't
so-
know. I don't think I can accept that.
And so we have a wonderful day, glorious day. I go home, hang out. Paisley's there. She had this great party in the afternoon, and Sharon's hanging out, and Paisley's mom and kids, and we're all just hanging out and having a great time. And then evening comes upon us, and Sharon takes off. Say, see you later. I decide I'm going to go out on the back porch and just hang out. So I go and I sit on the back porch. I look up in the sky. Right in the space where I'm looking, a shooting star goes by.
Get the frick out of here.
Seriously.
This is how much God's bending over backwards for you. He's like, fine, the skywriting didn't work. Here's your effing star.
You're the big winner.
I arranged
Who's
for,
the big
for
boy?
a guy in a plane to write it in the sky.
I know.
And
but
that's
you
not
want
good
a
enough.
sun to burn out.
So I know we're
That's
like
what
at
you
exhibit.
want.
We're at exhibit like Z at this point.
Yeah.
So are you convinced now?
And so I look at that and I'm like, get out of here. I mean, no, I'm just like,
Do it again. Come on.
I'm like, is this? And then I go, is this real? I'm like, is this real? Or am I just imagining this? Have I created all of this stuff? And it's like I'm sitting there having those thoughts. How can I have those thoughts when all of this has happened? And again, I'm struck
wonder
by
if that's a
I'm
defense
struck
mechanism.
by my ungratefulness.
Well,
I'm just
you not even believing it happening could have been like you're ashamed. You're just like completely ashamed, and you're like that's your defense thing of like this isn't really happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you felt so stupid at that point. It was like, oh, okay, there it is.
I'm convinced that if I got everything that I wanted, everything, all the stuff, the deal, the house, everything paid off, no debt, choose my schedule, do whatever I want all day long, I'd probably still
But that's
have whatever this
because-
is inside of me.
Exactly. It's
But
coming
that's-
from your insides, not from your circumstances.
But that's human nature.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh, come on. I'm a little bit
God's trying to
twisted.
prove to you.
No,
We're all twisted.
that's the narcissism talking.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm more twisted than you.
Yeah.
Come on, give me
I'm
that.
more self-absorbed than you are.
My twistedness is pure. It's pure.
And it's even pure because I'm willing to admit it. And that should be something to my credit. Thank you very much. That is the segment. That is the whole thing. That's how
am willing to
jacked
be
up I am.
humble enough. I am willing to be humble enough to confess this.
Yeah, to get
Yeah.
on the internet.
Look at this humility.
But that's what,
Look
see,
at my humility,
as
everybody.
far as the eye can see.
That's what we
Somebody
always do, though. Whatever
appreciate me.
whatever, and that's why so many people jump into marriage. Why so many people try to like fill the holes with their job or with like, oh well, I got to have babies then. Oh well, I got to do this. I got to. It's because something's coming from their insides that's
Yep.
making them think something's not right, and they attribute it to their outside circumstances. That's what everybody does that. We're like sit there and look around. Like I could do that with the way I've been the last few days. I'm starting to feel really useless and worthless, and I'm attributing it to the fact that I have not been able to land a job, you know? And so it's like, but really and truly, if I'm going to like be satisfied in Christ and wait on him and just trust that, hey, there's a reason for all of this, something is happening here, something good is happening here, and trust him, you know what I mean? Then I'll calm down and I won't feel like a waste of space, you know? But that's what everyone does it, Eric.
Isn't it amazing?
It is amazing.
It's just amazing.
That's where you have to, you have got to get inside your head and just go, okay, God, show me what's going on here. Like, why I'm so dissatisfied.
Yeah.
Where it's actually all coming from.
On the other hand, I don't do that at all. Therefore, I don't do anything.
Explain, please.
I've realized that nothing I do is going to make me feel better, so I don't do anything, and I just sit in my hole and work
Yeah.
at Dunkin' Donuts and...
Well, maybe you're a mystic.
Huh?
Maybe you're a contemplative. Maybe you've embraced the silence.
I'm starting to believe that maybe I am.
But then what is that for, though? What's the purpose of that? I mean, are you sharing that with your friends and stuff, like sharing like insights and stuff that you're coming up with?
Definitely.
Okay, well then maybe that's your
I'm
purpose
like
in life.
my friends definitely refer to me as some kind of like
Yogi?
Like a guru.
Yeah, what's the word Yeah, one of my friends calls me the shaman.
Ah.
Then squeezes me and says, "Don't squeeze the shaman."
Don't squeeze the shaman.
That's a good line.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You've got funny friends. They like the funny substances, I think.
Wow.
Speaking of funny, check out the last little post on interesting article.
Etcetera.com.
Yeah, from
Matt
Slate.com.
providing the content.
All right. Matt is the sole provider of content.
Actually, I glommed this from another writer, but it's an interesting article. I give him credit and everything.
I was thinking of doing something that I did back on the keylife.org forums back in the day, stream of consciousness. Just when you get on and type everything that comes to your brain, unfiltered, just totally, but then I got kind of scared thinking,
I used to do that all the time when I was in high school and just out of high school and stuff. I have notebooks that have stuff in it that I'm just like, I look at it and I go, what the?
Go back and read
but
it.
I
and you're
don't
like,
throw
oh
it away,
God.
though, because I go,
No.
well, that came out of my brain, so I don't know what. Some of it, I'm just like, some of it's really cool. Like, some of it, I'm like, geez, that came out of my head. But then other parts, I'm like, that's embarrassing. You
Yeah.
know, what was I thinking?
You're the spastic mystic.
I am.
But it's a cool. I've done that before where, I turn all the lights off and turn the monitor off, and just write and just type like that. But
I'm gonna try that.
trying to decrease the space between thinking and typing.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
Where-
I'm talking about.
To where there's no point between them.
Yeah, maybe
Right.
I'll do
And
it.
that-
Maybe I'll do it.
It's
Good
good
idea.
just for a. It's just I don't know. Probably the closest thing that I'll ever come to taking drugs.
If I
as
do
far
it,
as mind-altering experiences.
Popped up on B12 and Emily Wood.
Yeah.
no, I would love some insight into you. And this is, honestly, I would love to hear some of that.
Uh-huh.
Would you post that? If you
Yeah.
post it, I'll post
Look at
it.
he's like,
Maybe we could all agree to just, maybe don't do it too long. As soon as it starts getting disturbing, you can stop. But I mean, just like some raw
I'll do
honesty,
it.
some raw thoughts.
Well, see, and I don't know if this is something that you guys have done before, but what I have done to stay in the thing is I tell myself, do not stop writing at all. Even if it's like, I don't have anything to say, la, 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 la. Just don't stop typing.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
not
yeah.
stop writing words.
Yeah, it's
And
exactly what I'm
it
talking
keeps,
about.
It keeps it all going forward, and it short-circuits the part of your brain that wants to criticize or edit or judge.
or go back and see what you wrote already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's woo.
I'm gonna
so
do it.
you
Cheaper
will?
than
I'll do
therapy.
it.
You
I'll
will?
try
It's
it.
something we
Yeah.
can look forward to. Some raw Matt thoughts.
The raw Matthew.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, so you just want Matt to do it. You don't want all of us to do it. Didn't you say all of us?
Matt first.
Oh, okay.
And if the piranhas don't eat him, then we'll all go through the river.
Age before beauty. What can we say?
Thanks.
All right. Now, we did talk about the Anne Heche thing. We should probably promote again. I mean, it was just so brief.
Yeah, I can't believe it. On our little show, Anne Heche's mom.
Anne Heche's mom is going to be on the program, Nancy Heche, and the book is called what? I've forgotten already.
It's called My Daughter is So Incredibly Gay. No, I'm sorry. No. I was reading the Dust Jacket. And Nancy Heche is called The Truth Comes Out When Someone You Love is in a Same-Sex Relationship. I'm actually interested in reading this.
The lady has been through hell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the
Seriously.
25-year marriage, finds out that her husband's bisexual, then he dies of AIDS. 3 children die. She deals with the Anne Heche thing. She deals with all of this
Three of her children died?
I think that's what it said.
I saw the 18-year-old son died. But I didn't
Death
see...
of 3 of her children. And then her
Really?
struggle to overcome personal prejudices against the gay community and all of this religious manipulation that she's been through.
Poor
and so,
lady.
yeah, here's somebody that's actually had some problems, and look at her.
Yeah.
She's coming out on the other side. I'm over here with the perfect life whining. I can't believe it. Anyway, if you want to hear the program, Steve Brown, Etcetera.com, SteveBrownETC.com, Friday, noon to 1 Eastern Time. And you can call in. You can talk to Nancy Heche, 1-888-547-8383, and you can talk to Steve Brown. And, hey, we had a great program last week
Yeah.
with Steve Turner, the guy that wrote the book, The Gospel According to the Beatles. It was really, really good conversation. Check that out. That's on the website as well, SteveBrownETC.com.
Nice.
So, hello. Somebody else has joined us. You're in the stream.
Hey, this is Troy Boy.
Troy Boy.
Troy Boy.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Or
Did
should
school
I say
start?
Monkey Booger 5.
Monkey Booger 5.
How are the other monkey boogers?
No, they're pretty good.
Okay, good.
How's school going?
Busy.
Yeah.
What classes do you have?
The hard ones are AP Chem and AP Euro.
AP.
Yeah.
They kept sticking me in some AP classes. They stuck me in AP English for
yeah?
one, and the interesting thing that I found was they put me in AP English, but I couldn't spell. I didn't know the basics of punctuation and grammar or any of those kinds of things. I mean, I just didn't really grasp onto that. But then I took some kind of test, and then they stuck me in the AP English class.
Weird.
So then I'm sitting around reading all these books. Kind of reading them. Well, having my girlfriend read them, and then having her write the report on them. But
but I digress. Move on.
And so then it took me back. I had to go get it together when I started college and actually started taking school seriously and relearn all of that stuff. So be careful with the AP classes, man.
But it's good. Good to challenge yourself, man.
Yeah, the AP European history is like the hardest one so far.
AP European history.
Wow.
Yeah, it's.
Ew. Yucky. Now, see,
No, wait
chemistry I loved, but history, blah.
No, wait a second. You're a junior?
Sophomore.
How are you taking AP classes?
I don't know.
You're smart. Good for you.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Somebody said something there?
No, that's incredible. Sophomore, man. When I was a sophomore, I was taking like high math. I mean, like just addition and subtraction with like 5 digits. I mean, that's incredible that you're doing that as a sophomore.
Take like earth science. Okay, this is dirt. This is a rock. This is grass. Take out your pen and pencils. We're gonna have a test.
Water, soil.
I remember taking AP Bio in almost 12th grade. There was 3 other students in the class.
Really?
Do you know how hard it is to fall asleep and not get caught in a class with 3 other students? Pretty hard.
Pretty harsh curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
I'm taking it AP doesn't stand for Associated Press.
No. Advanced Placement.
Yeah.
It stands for, dear God, I hope the colleges are really impressed by this because I'm taking a real risk on my GPA.
You know, the worst thing that happened was
that?
they stuck me in a dual enrollment class. It was humanities, and
that's good,
I was getting community college credit at the
Yeah.
same time that I was taking a course for high school. And I was in high school, I was totally uninterested in school, and I failed it.
Oh no!
And then I went into community college.
That's gonna hurt your chances to get into community college, Eric.
I know.
I was that one through.
I was already in community college technically, and I just started with an F.
Wow. Scary.
Yeah. All these years later, look at me.
Look at me, MBA.
MBA.
I wear a suit.
Yeah.
To work
I can't
every
spell
day.
MBA, but
Yes. I have problems with the
I
punctuation.
have people
there.
to handle that stuff.
Yeah, right.
Bring in that smart kid. What's his
my
name? Monkey
people
Booger.
Right, his people.
Well, that's like me. I got a degree after 4.5 years of working my butt off and can't get a job. Looking at jobs for people that have high school diplomas only. Very sad.
Somebody
Very
just give
sad.
her some money. Come on, how long do we got to be?
I want to work. I don't want to just
She
be
will
given
work
money.
for you.
Yes. Will work to be
I mean, what have
bitten
we
by
been-
large birds.
What have we been doing all these years on the show and everything? She gets a pittance on the Steve Brown Etcetera program. Just a little something every once in a while.
At Christmas.
Throw me a bone, people.
Yeah, throw me a bone.
I'm not
I mean, come
complaining
on.
about that, though. I'm very appreciative of
Content,
that.
week after week after week. Somebody just donate.
She serves the birds, and yet, what, chicken scratch. That's all she gets.
Yeah. I know. Actually,
Come on, is this content valuable at all to you? Help her out.
If you would like to support this ministry,
Are you talking to God right now? Is that what you're doing?
1-888-547-8383.
And give her a shooting star. Give her something.
Second Life Party.
Some skywriting.
Yes, can you write it in the sky? Cha-ching.
Yeah.
You need to think bigger, man. Like, God,
Yeah, right.
you really love me?
Would you carve it out of the
Let
side of the mountain?
$1,000 show up at my
No,
mailbox.
I've been asking for $400,000.
Good. Then you'll
Wow.
know. Then we'll know for sure.
Then I'll know for sure that I'm
Yeah.
loved.
If it was only 200,000, I would still doubt it.
I would take 200.
Yes, I would too. Just so you know, God, we would both take 200,000.
Anything short of the house getting paid off, though, I'm pissed.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that's.
I'm waiting for the part in the story where the meteorite hits you right in the forehead.
Yeah, right where the shooting star falls on my house.
Yeah.
Just shut the hell up.
And then fire insurance pays for it. In one way or the other.
Right, and the kids go to college. Yay!
Yay! Woo!
There's much rejoicing.
La, 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 la,
La,
la.
la, la. All right. Anybody? Any closing words? Fancy Jeff, Zonovan Mark, Monkey Bear 5. Anybody want to
Don't
throw
let the
anything?
doorknob hit you on the way out.
Hey, I did want to let you all know, you in the midst of the buffoonery, you all have some very profound things to say. I've been listening to intensive doses of Etcetera, trying to fill up my iTunes with podcasts. So,
thanks, buddy.
You guys,
Cool.
no, seriously, you guys, you do an excellent job, and you really, even what you talked about tonight, is very impactful at times. So it's much
That's
appreciated.
right, Sally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Donovan
well
Mark.
up. That was
Appreciate
very
that.
sweet. Really, that
Yes.
was.
Well, thank you.
That makes me
and
feel
anybody
better.
else?
I don't feel like a waste of space when I hear stuff like that.
Let's make
Hold
some
on.
room for the rest of the
No,
callers.
seriously.
Let's bring the music down. Anybody else
Yeah,
want to affirm us?
We finally gave them a chance to talk, and look what we got.
Now
come
we
on. Maybe we should try this more often. Anyone else?
Anything at all.
Anyone.
Anything. Even adjectives.
No, seriously though.
No,
I'm
that-
saying I really appreciate that. I need to hear
Yes.
that right now, just because I feel like my life's a waste at this point.
From the heart. From the heart.
So
Thank you.
yeah, so I feel like that was definitely from God. So thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you everybody who called. Fancy Geoff, Dorsey, Zondervan Mark, Troy Boy / Monkey Booger 5, the entire Monkey Booger
Clan,
family.
yes.
And Java Joel, thanks for showing up here. Thanks.
That's right, Sally.
That's right, Sally.
Right, Sally.
DJ Pegleg, a.k.a. Andrew.
Oh,
Yar,
yeah.
yar. Basti matey. Walk the plank.
Excellent choices. Effing Andrew.
Yeah.
Excellent choices.
Would
now,
you-
he has said that he will post on the blog
Thank you.
a playlist
You read my brain.
and the movies and TV shows from whence the music came.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Look forward to that at pingetscetera.com.
I don't get to use the word whence enough. From whence it came.
Should have been an AP English.
See,
Apparently.
all that AP English paying off now. That's right,
That's right,
Sally. All right, this is Etcetera. We do it every Tuesday, 9 to 10-ish at stevebrownetc.com.
All right.
It is the internet stream of collective consciousness.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Hubbard.
See you guys.
Bye.
Do we leave with that? I mean, that was pretty strong.
Yeah.
We're like pushing away from the table, and Eric's like, "Do we leave with that?" No, wait. Oh, okay.
Nothing next tomorrow.
No, but I didn't say who we are. As we leave, I got to say the Comedy Ninja.
Hey, see you in 2 weeks.
The Optimistic Spastic Mystic.
Yay! See you next week.
Hire me, please.
Yes.
I'll be employed next week, I swear.
We'll podcast for food. Forwarding Andrew. And I am the merry monk of love. Hey, a shooting star! Founding members of the Hall of Buffoonery.
That's right, Sally.
That's right, Sally.
What's the deal here? What's the deal here? Huh? And? Don't you papa me, girl. I'll papa you so you never forget it. What's the deal here? What's the deal here? What's the deal here?
That's right, Sally.
Huh? Huh? And? Oh. Huh? And? Oh.
That's right, Sally. Listen, can I explain something to you about being a daddy? Listen, can I explain something to you about being a daddy? Daddy is the bread. You think what I'm saying? You don't win that bread, you just don't come around. Listen, can I explain something to you about being a daddy? That's right, Sally.
Don't you papa me, girl. I'll papa you so you never forget it.
La 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 la. Pretty far along as it is, man. I'm just sitting here getting older every minute, and I'm going right out the door.